Hey everybody, Jake here, and today we're going to take a look at another ink. But before we get into that, just real quick, I was going to do a separate video about this, but I don't feel like it would be the best use of my time. I'd rather make content for you guys. Just want to touch on something real quick. As of yesterday, I think, YouTube changed its rules for monetization that kind of put a channel like mine nowhere close to being able to recuperate any cost that goes into making, the videos. Because videos like this, where you're buying stuff, like Lamy 2000s and, Aero Minis, this stuff isn't cheap. And I would have liked to have made a little bit off of it. But basically, YouTube changed their stuff. I'm not going to make a whole video about it. I'm not going to really go into it. All I'm going to say is Patreon has been created. There will be a link down in the description. If you feel like donating and you have the means, please do. It would help me out a ton, especially, like I said, with the giveaways. I have a lot of back catalog stuff I can donate to you guys, as well as lighting and other things. If you look at the Patreon, you'll see what my intended, stuff is. Anyway, just want to give you guys an update on that. Patreon link's down in the description. Ignore it if you want to. Continue. Alright, on to today's ink review. Today we have Diamine Magical Forest. This is from my friend Josh. Thank you, Josh, if you're watching. Beautiful, beautiful ink, gotta say. I really like Diamine Shimmertastic series. That was real smooth. But they're gorgeous inks. I love them a lot. They do have kind of like sparkle in them, so there's a little glitter. One thing that I dislike a lot is the bottles. Now, deceptively, these are 50 milliliter bottles, but the necks on these things are so narrow. Just for comparison, I'll just kind of show you here. Like, you can fit a Lamy 2000 in there, but it's going to be a bit tight, and it was. But other than the necks of the bottles, I really like them. I love Diamine's labeling. I love the silver cap. If you are into Harry Potter, this is Slytherin colors all the way. But yeah, 50 milliliters, Diamine, great ink, like it quite a bit, and you can see there, even in the bottle, this stuff's just beautiful. Alright, so I will, set that right there, and we'll go ahead and get out the ink swatch. So here's the ink swatch for it, and you can see, in the writing, you really don't see much shimmer. It's really subtle, until you tilt it kind of towards the light. But from the, I dip these, just to get the most, shading and stuff possible. And you can see there's definitely a lot of shading in this, and a fair bit of glitter, I guess it is, as well. But yeah, this is a super shading ink. It's great. It comes out really good. It varies, like I said, from kind of a dark green, and you can see that a bit in the writing, kind of a dark green to a much lighter green. But I'm really impressed with this. I have this Shimmertastic, and I also have Pink Glitz. I like both of them a ton. So, thanks again, Josh. But let's go ahead and I'll set that there. Kind of put this on top of it. And we will go ahead and do a quick writing sample with it. Let me move that out of the way so you guys can actually see. Alright, as usual, we have the Lamy 2000. So this is Diamine Magical Forest. They actually have one called like Majestic Sea or something. You know what? I'm gonna pretend that didn't happen, and we're just gonna keep on going. They have one called Majestic Sea that I get this mixed up with a lot. I keep wanting to call it Majestic Forest. I'm just not in it today, guys. This spelling, it's been a little bit of a rough day. It's alright though. Ignore all that, but it's Diamine Magical Forest, and I know how to spell magical and forest, as you can see over here. Hold on. Yeah. I was second guessing my spelling of forest. Anyway, it's a mess. Very good ink. Like I said, a ton of shading. Especially for green, and I'll bring this closer in just a moment so you guys can see a little better, because I'm sure it's difficult from this far away unless you have this full screen, which I always recommend. But very good shading on this. Very subtle shimmer if you're into that. The other Shimmertastic ink I have, Pink Glitz, is much more heavy on the kind of glitter shininess of it. This is nowhere close to being like Emerald of Chivor level. Much more subtle, much more toned down. If you need a kind of neutral green with a little bit extra pop, I think this would be really good for you. These are normal, Shimmertastic ink prices. Let me pull that up real quick. This is just a mess today. Let's see if I can find it on Goulet. But they have a ton of ink colors in this series. Yeah, these bottles are $20 a piece. They are expensive. They're really pretty though, but they are expensive. If you guys use Diamine ink, they're normally very budget conscious. You get a lot for your money. This one, it's debatable. I like the inks quite a bit. I love the flow of Diamine inks. I think they're perfect. These are no worse, maybe a little bit more dry. Not quite as smooth just because of the glitter and stuff, but it's very subtle, especially in the Lamy 2000 I'm using. I'm going to give you guys a close-up here so you can see how bad my spelling is today, and you can also see the shimmer. And this is kind of like the Diamine Blue Snowball Nebula that I did week before last, that's what it was. But you can see it's very plain until you tilt it towards the light, and then you can really kind of see it's not as drastic as the Blue Snowball Nebula, but I like it quite a bit. Alright, this is running a little long for an ink review, so I believe I am done. Once again, this is Diamine Magical Forest. Beautiful ink. $20 for a bottle of it, but it's pretty good stuff. Alright, thanks for tuning in, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as I said before, if you want to check out the Patreon link, it is down in the description, and as well as my Instagram and stuff like that. Alright, thanks, guys. Bye.